Johnny Winters is a longtime friend of mine. I think I've known John for 20-some years, and next to Broderick Crawford, I think he's the funniest man in the world. Broderick Crawford was always my idol. No, he's a brilliant and innovative performer, and Johnny, tomorrow night, he has a special. Johnny Winters presents 200 Years of American Humor, and that'll be on at 8 p.m. here on NBC. Would you welcome Mr. Jonathan Winters?
They've changed the carpeting.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, haven't they? Isn't it fresh?
No, we freshened up the set a
These
little
are
bit.
patches from everywhere. Yes. We did this in therapy.
These are... These are from the different shows that were canceled, and when they take the carpet, they just cut it off and bring it here, and we use it.
You never went inside, did you, Colonel?
No, I did not.
Officers somehow or another, just remain in the Jeep. But I was taken quickly.
Yes, he's a...
But I'm okay now because I'm under heavy sedation. Dear.
Oh, yes. How are you, wild man?
Well, I'm fine. I picked up a little green, went to Chicago. Exciting, Chicago. Oh, yes. 2 or 3 people are out here to bum off their relatives. And,
Come on, still here from Christmas.
I've got a few, that sneak in every once in a while. But no, I went in to do a job. As a matter of fact, talking about carpeting, it was for some carpeting unit. I've spent the money now, so there's no sense in giving them full credit. But it was fun. I saw an old friend of mine, Jack McGuire. He and I used to have some fun times and have a little gasoline, and drink some shaving lotion and stuff. So we talked about old times.
Your name came up the other night. We were with some people, and who were admirers of yours, and I was telling them about the days, 15, 20 years ago, when we would do strange things together.
Oh, yeah, hide in the bushes. And
remember some of those?
Sure. I remember most of them. And there are a lot of them I don't, of course. I remember one time, some highway, a major highway.
Had concrete on it and everything.
Had concrete and everything. And I was sitting like this in the snow. And State Highway Patrolman came up and he said, can I help you? And I said, yes, you can. I've been meditating over whether this vodka's gone or still there. So he took me in for a little observation. I was frozen harder than a carp. Yeah, I remember all that night, the officer and I, he was very nice to me. We sat in his car because he didn't have a very good battery, and so he was kept, and I made fun of that, because...
You ever miss those days? Those, kind of silly, nutty...
No, I don't, because I tell you, I like it better the way I am now.
Right.
Because when I see something in the zoo, I recognize it, and...
You say that's a bear.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lion.
And, so
it's nice to know the animals.
Right. Nice to know the animals. So But there were times when, naturally I had some fun,
Oh, yes.
Sure, I have all that stuff in my house, for my friends. I have people like yourselves that come over that they've hurt their leg or something. And want a little touch. But myself, I just have a little hot cocoa, about 4 o'clock before I retire.
It's better for you.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
I know. I eat a lot of vegetables. Doesn't show, but big on lettuce.
Lettuce.
Oh yeah. I have a thing about rabbits. I love them, and They're active creatures, you know, and if that's what they eat, that's what I eat.
Okay. We'll take a break and be right back. Thank you, Don. We are back. Now, very often nowadays, if anybody has been in the entertainment business 5 years, they say, you know, here's a star. But I think a star is really determined by how long you've been around and where you are held in esteem by your peers. And Bette Davis is probably one of the most respected, admired actresses and indestructible of all of them. She's had 2 Oscars, 10 nominations, numerous awards. She recently received the Legion of Honor Medal and the César Award from France. Would you welcome, please, Miss Bette Davis.
I know maybe you thought I was standing too long, enjoying it too much, but I wish to stand up again. May I?
Oh, you sure may. You want to show that?
No. Are you saying to yourself, I'm a little overdressed?
I think it's beautiful.
Yes, well, I'll tell you why. This is the dress that Nolan Miller made for me for my trip to Paris for all the awards. It was announced in some of the gossip columns here in Hollywood that I had a red dress. One columnist knew it was made by Nolan. Thought he should have mentioned it. So I want to give Nolan, because I want to tell you that night in Paris, well, we're becoming the fashion capital of the world, let me tell you. And Nolan's dress rocked them in Paris. And it was particularly fun because they had a lot of clips from a documentary from England. And there was Jezebel in the red dress. And then when the film was over,
you walked out.
It just happened I had a red dress.
Just
so that
happened
was great
like that.
fun. So anyway, Nolan, thank you for my beautiful dress.
Well, it is
Thank
gorgeous.
you. I should say, I really,
Only you could
I
make
really
that so
shouldn't
dramatic.
I really shouldn't say thank you, Nolan. It cost a hell of a lot
Really?
of money.
Yo, this is
as
something.
it well should have. Nolan Miller, no.
It's not going to cost you anything after a while.
20 years ago, Nolan Miller, out of designing school, came to Hollywood, hired by Aaron Spelling.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing a pilot 20 years ago, Aaron and I, and it was very amazing that many years later that Nolan and Aaron and I were doing the hotel pilot. I was the first person he was to dress. And, of course, all those awful rumors about me, he was absolutely panicked. But he made the most beautiful clothes, so that was the beginning.
What awful rumors about you?
What?
What awful rumors about you?
Oh, my dear, that when I did Eve, Mr. Mankiewicz was telephoned by 10, 12, or 15 directors and said, my dear, you're insane. Just prepare yourself. She will walk on the set with a yellow pad and a pencil, and there won't be one line of yours left. He said, but there was one person who said differently, and I said, who was that? And he said, Willie Wyler said, you will have a ball directing her. The others, unfortunately, I had to do that with. There was no other way. Right. Now, there wasn't if I was to remain in films. Now, being the modest person I am, and we're talking about Paris and all.
Right. You bought me a gift.
No.
Oh.
No. I wanted to show you.
Was this the
this gorgeous
César?
government medal that was given to me. I think it's just
Isn't that
Beautiful.
lovely? Hold it up.
Now,
we're gonna
aren't
get it
you
closer.
going to ask why the French would decorate me?
Well, I can imagine they decorated for it because they admire and respect your ability for an artist.
Johnny, you weren't my straight man at all.
Oh.
Well,
You know Jerry Lewis personally. That's why they
I
decorated
suppose
you.
by now you're wondering if you're going to get a chance. Wondering right now if you're going to get a chance to say anything. I will shut up in a minute. Well, I thought...
Don't tell me you got your own show,
maybe
too.
Tonight... I thought maybe tonight I would kind of let you sort of see if you thought I could do it.
Yeah. Well, you can do it. all right.
Well,
Sure.
during the evening, you keep on thinking.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of auditioning for Jones' part. Now, in case
Yeah.
you had done what I hoped you would,
Yes.
to say, why would the French
I'll
government
play straight.
give
Why
you
would
an award?
why would the French government
Well,
give you an award?
in case you did ask me, I wrote down from the scroll that came with this.
All right.
And this is what I am. I am un commander. Commander.
Commander.
De l'ordre of the
Of
order.
the order.
Des arts.
The artist.
Oui. Oh, you speak French, marvelous. A des lettres. And it was presented to me by the Minister of Culture. I will not pretend it was not a very thrilling moment in my life to have another country give me an
Well, I think
award.
that's very nice.
Now,
We're going to do this
Now,
first. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a
all right,
break.
you may have your show back.
We'll just take a break and we'll come right back. Hello, a cigarette? A cigarette, boo-boo?
Ah, merci.
famous-
What kind is it?
I don't know. Famous scene from Now
Yeah.
Voyager,
Paul
right?
Henry
With Paul
thought of that
Henry
himself.
lighting the two cigarettes.
That was an example of one of the directors that called up Mankiewicz. The one that directed Voyager, he never thought of the two cigarettes, I'd like to announce right now.
You-
Or anything else, I might tell you.
Isn't therapy wonderful, though?
Just recently at a big... See, I have not shut up yet, have
That's
I?
all right.
So at this huge festival for me for 3 weeks in New York, he was one of the speakers. I wish to God I could have been in the audience to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to get a report about it. I haven't succeeded yet.
It'll be coming
Right.
in. I'm going to
He came to see a play of mine. He came to see me and Miss Moffat in Philadelphia and came backstage, and I was so amazed and horrified. He said, well, I didn't let you know because you might have been too nervous with me in the audience. Oh, God.
Say, what was the... Did you actually say in picture? Peter, right?
No.
That was never said.
No. But I...
All the impressionists always used to do, you'd go,
Well-
Peter.
Well, that was started by Arthur Blake, who was the original great
That's right.
one. He's the one that did the arm, and I was horrified to realize later I did this elbow thing a lot. Yes, yeah, he showed me that, but he's the one that said Peter. His impersonation of Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt knitting at a Girl Scout rally was absolutely the most sensational thing.
He was one of the
I
great
had.
impressionists of all time. Arthur
From
Blake.
here it came,
Yeah.
not just all the outward thing.
Yeah.
Right.
What is this? I'm going to show audience a picture. You can look at it on the monitor. And what do you remember? It says, this was a picture put out by, it says, charming Betty Davis, Universal featured player. Did you hate to, then they...
What?
Yeah. Little publicity stills. Did you...
Why didn't somebody unearth that earlier? They could have done me great harm. My God, I didn't remember.
Did you hate taking pictures like that?
Well, I never did. That's why I'm really amazed at that. You sure that? Let me see that.
What do you mean?
You sure?
That's you. It says
Yeah,
charming.
I'm afraid you're right.
Yes.
Yeah. I did one set of bathing pictures with Joan Blondell once. And then once I rode on top of a balloon or something for some kind of thing, but I never did these.
You never did that.
No, and I was very, very glad they couldn't haul them out later.
Yeah?
But I'm terribly glad I didn't do nudes. Oh, God, imagine
Really?
those being hauled out later.
Would they have asked you in those days to do nudes?
No, they wouldn't have asked anybody, nor would they have gotten anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Nowadays it seems to be rather common.
Absolutely. It's just, it's a must if a man and woman look at each other.
Yeah.
That same evening, yes, I just finished a film. I didn't realize that scene was in the film until I saw it the other night. Yes, same thing. Clothes come off delicately.
Yes.
Of course, you know exactly what they look like underneath. I don't know why they're so modest.
Yeah. So you don't think they should just do a nude scene just to do it?
Oh, of course, you know, you don't either. No, I think it's awful.
No. Yeah.
I don't think it's very interesting to many people to be very serious.
Did you ever do a bubble bath scene? Didn't that ever come up?
No, I never was asked to get into a bathtub.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I am going to make a film not too long from now in Hamburg, Germany, and there is a scene in which I get into a bathtub.
Aha.
Not nude.
Oh, come on.
God forbid, at my age and hacked up as I am, I do not wish to be nude. But I read that and I thought, my God, this is the end.
Okay. Now, Peter never happened. Arthur Blake
No,
did
no,
that.
Peter
How
never.
about the line, what a dump?
Well, that is in Beyond the Forest.
Right.
And I make very, very little of it. I just say, what a dump. And Edward Albee, of course, he put that on the map, that line.
Right.
Right. And he gave me a great thing when I do my Betty Davis show all over the world, film and on the stage. That's how I start out every show.
You just walk out
And it's
and-
wonderful. Sit down and just look around and say, what a dump.
That's a good opening.
But you know, sometimes it was very embarrassing when the theater was. And you felt very badly when it was beautiful. But it was I tell you what was great about it. They knew from then on they could have fun with me.
Right.
And they didn't have to sort of respect this old legend. They could
Yeah.
really have fun. And we had fun.
But you were nominated, you got 2 Oscars, you were nominated for 10 others. Is there a picture that you thought maybe you should have won that you didn't?
Yes, 3.
Okay.
I lost out to Doc Victory because that was the great Gone with the Wind year. And I was gone with the wind. And I feel that I should have had the Oscar for Margot Channing.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, I was not under contract with Fox. Miss Baxter was. So, as the studios always used to do, they'd send notes around if it was their people and
Was
say,
Ann
please,
Baxter, Marilyn
please
Monroe,
vote at,
George
yes,
Sanders?
This is right.
Yeah.
So, I think I lost by some votes that I would not have lost by if Fox hadn't done that.
Yeah.
So I was so, but the last one, I was definitely robbed of. Miss Crawford went to New York and said to all the nominees on the stage who might not be able to get to Hollywood, I will accept your Oscar for you. And she paced New York to find people that not vote for me. Because I think I lost by a very few votes for Jane. That was really a shock.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
Yeah. But there she stood. There Joan stood with Miss Bancroft's Oscar clutched to her bosom. It had become hers. Yes, it had become hers. She also traveled with it for 1 year. No, 1 year with Pepsi-Cola. And she told Miss Bancroft that she would bathe this Oscar in all the waters of the world. So she got back to New York. Miss Bancroft is still doing Mother Courage. Gave a party on the stage of Mother Courage after a performance one night.
Right.
And gave the Oscar to Miss Bancroft. finally she got it.
She had it for a year. Well, you got a lot of good
Worth waiting for.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
What picture did you make that you thought was a total disaster?
Total disaster. I loathed Beyond the Forest.
Really?
Yes, I was not young enough to play that girl. You felt that when I played that girl, I would have gotten to Chicago years ago. Absolutely years ago. And the tragedy was that Joseph Cotton was the husband, and who in the world wants to leave Joseph Cotton?
Yeah.
In the book, it was a great book, interestingly enough.
Right.
And Eugene Pallette was perfect casting for this awful.
Eugene Pallette, who talked like this.
Yeah, that awful husband. So I begged not to play it, and that was the last picture I made for Warner's.
Did you fall in love with any of your leading men?
I was more apt to fall in love with directors. Mm-hmm. I think it had a lot to do with I liked a male who kind of took charge of me and told me what to do, and it's very hard for me to find that.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would think I needed that, but I did.
You wanted a domineering, strong personality.
Yeah, I did.
We're going to cut away, but we're coming back. Stay where you are. We're back talking with Miss Betty Davis. Okay. Another picture here. Another picture. It says, with your mother at a movie premiere in 1931. A strong influence in your life? Your mother?
Mother was why I'm sitting here. Not from the stage mother standpoint, but from the earning enough money that I could study in a dramatic school and doing all those years for me at great sacrifice. But that is our first premiere, dressed rather oddly, you would say.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And in my book, it's an old kind of thing, and Mother's kind of odd. And we hadn't learned to look like Hollywood yet. We were very Yankee still. And I have a strip of pictures in my book, The Lonely Life. That's the first one. Then there's the second one. The third one is at the premiere of All About Eve. And I have written, and by now we really look rather sharp. And under it I have written Pilgrim's Progress.
Okay, here's another picture. Yeah. Dark Victory, 1939, and the gentleman, of course, is Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
What's your memory about this?
Well, I can't quite get over still referring to him. And I was delighted to hear that you've not been invited to the White House. Neither have I.
Well, actually, I have been invited.
You have been invited by the Reagans?
Invited, yes.
Well, I have not.
Ooh.
Well, that's good. He's sort of, yes. But we always referred to him as Little Ronnie Reagan. He did give one good performance, King's Row.
King's Row?
We will hand that.
I think that
but
was...
But, you know, take a man's leg off, it's a lot going for you in those scenes.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot going for you in those scenes.
A lot of sympathy.
But I have to say, I think he is infinitely better than I ever thought he would be. Infinitely. I think he shows quite a lot of guts upon occasion. Mm-hmm. He has had some rather serious things to decide.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Well, good.
But I just hope he doesn't encourage a lot of other actors. I think we shouldn't take over that period at
all. You're having a lot of fun tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm very surprised. No. Nothing to do with appearing with John Carson.
Oh,
I'm surprised that I am. I haven't done a great deal of this lately.
I know you haven't.
I'm taking to it like a duck takes the water again.
Delighted you're
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Did you ever get the old question?
And I may be back. You may have to have me again.
Okay, that's all right with me.
Yes. I may be back with a book.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take me on.
You writing another book? Mm-hmm. You got another book in here? Are you writing another book?
For years we've been doing this book.
Yeah.
So I may be back. The publisher wants me to. He feels you're of great value to the sales. I quite agree.
Oh, well, then you can come here.
Well, you have helped a lot of books in your life.
Well, you can come here anytime.
And other things. What other products do you think you've helped? besides books?
Wives. No.
Oh, yes.
You-
Well, of course, you and I must never get on that subject.
No, we shouldn't.
Since
No, we really shouldn't.
I paid alimony for 3 years to Beatty's father.
Did you really?
Yes, it's kind of a reverse twist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's how desperately I wanted to get rid of him. and to say that he was enjoying our way of life, was he did not want to give that up. No. Poor
Well, it was
man.
very generous
Poor
of you.
man. Mhm.
Would you change anything in your life if you had to do it all over again?
To be very serious,
Well, if you want to be.
I only wish I had been brought up on the present morale system.
Really?
That it was accepted that maybe you lived with somebody before you married them.
That's
My
right.
upbringing was that's why you married and you waited until then. And on a Dick Cavett show, which is a rather famous show with some people, he asked when I gave up my virginity. It was a rather shock to me sitting there.
Yes.
I counted 10, and then I thought, come on. I said, when I married my first husband. And then I waited a minute, and I said, it was hell waiting.
Yeah. But nowadays, people...
Right. And I think it's very possible I might not have married some of the people I married. I think I would have married Gary.
Yeah.
I think I definitely would have married Gary. We had a great, great deal in common.
You're talking about Gary?
Merrill, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely would have.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very much in love with Gary.
Okay.
And I flatter myself he rather liked me, too.
Did you ever go out to a party some night and get real silly and have too much to drink and do something really dumb?
No, I would be... there's too much of that strict Yankee upbringing
Wouldn't allow you
to do that. It wouldn't allow me to do that. No, couldn't do that. Anyway, I wouldn't like to be drunk and be... You're out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
Do you always want to be in control?
Well, there have been about 2 times in my life that I have had too much to drink. I knew that. And wasn't next day quite sure what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I never dared to ask.
Yeah.
I never dared to ask.
Better that way sometimes.
Yes, better that way. It's awful for people to tell you how you behave.
Yeah, when you found out you've swung the neighbor's cat through the plate glass window, you know, something like that, it could ruin your whole day.
Terrible like that.
No. We're going to cut away for a second. We're coming back. We are back. I just explained to Ricardo, I don't want you to think that I'm cutting our conversation short tonight because I admire you too much, but we got a little behind time, and I wanted to devote a little time to this gentleman, which I think... I've been reading a lot of research on him, from the Stanford Research Institute and from the science section of the New York Times. A lot of publicity on this gentleman, whose name is Uri, U-R-I, Uri Geller. He is from Israel, and he's been the subject of... a lot of study and quite a bit of controversy. He says that he claims to have been born, as I understand it, with the power of having psychokinetic ability, which is the movement of objects by sometimes not touching them by the mind, but without any physical touching of the objects. He has been on shows where objects have bent, things have broken just by touching them. And he's most interesting. And I tend to be sometimes skeptical, which may not be fair to him. You should probably have an open mind on this. But I would like to mention that he will be at Houston, Texas on September the 20th, and New York City's Town Hall on the 25th. And we hope we're going to see some rather astounding things tonight. Would you welcome, please, Uri Geller. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
We have only met...
This scares me.
This scares you? Well, this is we just got some things together here, and as I said, as you progress and do what you want to do tonight, well, you can tell us what you would like to try, and we'll leave it up to you.
I'll try when I'll really feel up to it, okay?
That's what I understand. I have seen you on television before, and you say that sometimes you have to be in a certain frame of mind. You sometimes will pass on a particular experiment because you honest and say, I don't feel it, or I am not getting the thought. Is that true?
That's true. I really have to be in the mood to do things and have them happen.
Mm-hmm.
And many times nothing really happens.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if I'm in front of 3,000 people or 10 people, I do my best. And of course I'm really talking about time now.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if I had time to bend a nail, an hour, 2 hours, or unlimited time, then it'll happen in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not only up to my mood, but up to the people who are, watching it and wanting it to happen. And that's it.
Now, a lot of people, you run into this, I'm sure, all the time. Most people, if they don't understand something, tend to be very skeptical.
Yes.
It's the unknown. People always kind of fear sometimes the unknown. You say, of course, there's not any trickery involved in this. This is some kind of ability, or I think, as you phrase it, a strength or power that seems to come to you or given to you.
I call it a sort of a power. I have no specific name for it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that things that are moved without touching them or bent are called psychokinesis.
Right.
And telepathy is telepathy. But there are no tricks here. If I do it, it's done with real powers.
Do you know of any other cases such as yours?
Well, I heard of many people who do telepathy,
Mm-hmm.
but you see, I'm also a skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for instance, if you'll tell me that there is somebody you know and does it, I'll also want to see to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm sure there are other people. I do not know if there are people who can bend them or break things, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. Maybe there are many people who have these powers and do not know of them, and it did not develop in them.
You are not saying, now, for example, people have always said a true test would be, I'm going to think of something, and the person turns around and says, you are thinking of. Then that would be incredible, would it not? If I had a particular thought in my mind or a particular episode that happened, and someone could tell me.
That's incredible. That's reading your mind constantly. I cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I can only do things that you really concentrate on, studied it before, and really project it to me. I cannot sit right here or near you and know exactly what you're thinking about. I wish I could, but that's...
Now, this just means we're cutting away for a second because we get a little behind time, but we're going to have, I think, adequate time for you to try what you would like to try tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
All right, good.
We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. Here is the Cure ad, the bandage that sticks to its job. Watch. If you have just joined us, we are talking with Uri Geller, who claims and has performed some very astounding feats. We have a variety of objects sitting here. We have also, as per your request earlier this afternoon, and if you want to try that or whenever you feel like it, one of our staff members did some drawings which have been sealed in an envelope, and I'd like you to take your own pace when you feel like you want to try anything.
Right.
Do you want to try that particular experiment first?
When I'll feel free.
When
Okay?
you Sure. And now these objects out here are, we have some nails, we have some keys, we have, as you can see, some forks, we have some aluminum canisters. These are the type of aluminum canisters, I guess a roll of film would come in. All of these objects have been supplied by us. You did not bring anything here at all. We have a small, what you would call a file box with a die in it, which I understand sometimes someone can place the die in the box and shake it up, and you have a very good law of averages in naming the number that is on the top spot of the die without touching the box or opening it whatsoever.
matter.
So, would you like to try anything here?
Why don't you ask some more questions?
Want me to ask you some more questions? You have to kind
May I
of
ask,
work in.
when did you discover this power, Uri?
Well, I think I was really born with this power, and
But when did you discover it?
the first time I was about 7 years old, the psychokinesis power, I would concentrate on my wristwatch, and I could move the hands of the watch just by concentration. Just move them to a completely different hour.
I mean, the
And
watch would
then-
move to a different hour just
Yeah,
by...
a complete different hour. But then it wasn't always under my control. And then I noticed that later, I mean, it didn't happen all the same day, that one of the hands is bent inside the watch, which you cannot touch by hand. And that was the first time I ever discovered that these powers exist, and I sort of have them and can control them.
Are you feeling in the mood yet? Huh?
Wow.
More questions?
All right, let's...
What's the capital of South Dakota? No, I don't mean to press you.
Okay, let me see. As you know, I told your people what to bring. One of the experiments I did at SRI is finding a hidden object in 10 cans, of course. I did it repeatedly all the time.
Right. And we have 10 aluminum cans there and 10 over here.
I was already trying to concentrate on them, so I'll try the water.
Now, since we have been gone, let me explain to the audience at home that he has not touched these objects in any way. They were brought over here by our property man. The table was placed here. And while we have been away, you have not touched them in any manner. I will verify that.
So I'll just move my hands over them, and if I'll feel for...
And one of them contains water,
I like
of the 10.
to do it the way we'll start eliminating the ones that do not have the water. That's the way I did it at SRI. That's the way I'll try to do it here.
All right, without touching them.
Without touching them, of course.
All right.
And why don't you pick out when I say take this out,
I
take
take
it out.
Right,
So
of course.
that means there's no water in that. I'll try to go down. Now, what I do now is try to have a sort of a feeling where the water is.
Now you're not touching them at all.
You can see that I'm not.
Well, I don't trust me.
Okay, take this one out. There's no water in. Uh-oh. Careful. You must...
Sorry.
Wait, pick them very
I'm
delicately
very careful,
up.
right.
Some people call it a sort of a water roulette. But pick gently the middle one out without touching
Take the
anyone.
middle one out. Remove that. Obviously, that is empty. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I was trying to move over to get a better look.
He is really suspicious, I'm having a hard time with you.
Okay, I don't mean to be, Yuri. I really don't.
Just keep looking. And I'm telling the viewers, if I miss, then I miss. I won't pass here. Usually I pass if I don't feel for it. But if I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong. I'll also be a little disappointed, but that's the way it goes if I'm pressed. See, Johnny, what happens here, you can see that there's nothing put on here. I'm not
Yes, I understand.
trying to make it longer. I'm trying to feel. If there's no feeling, then I can't do it. And that's it. Wait. Okay, let me rest a little, all right?
All right.
I'm surprised because before this program, your producer came and he read me at least 40 questions you're going to ask me.
Well, I can ask you all kinds of questions if you'd like me to ask you questions.
I have to have time, and give me a little more time.
All right. Now, we'll cut away from a commercial, and I will verify, and everybody in the studio will verify that nobody will touch the objects. Okay?
Right.
Because I don't want to push it on that, but obviously we don't have unlimited time on a television show. I wish we did.
Okay.
Which one is the breast? Do you find your meals too routine? Watch closely and see how dinner can turn into a barrel of fun. We're back. How are you feeling, Ori?
Fine. I feel fine myself.
In other words, this is something you just have to feel, and you can't be pressed on
That's it. It can be pressed, and I'm sorry if that's it. Okay. Eliminate this one also.
Eliminate that one.
Good.
All right.
I already had my feeling on the first one. I feel something from it, but
You're not
I'm
sure.
not sure.
All right, you've got 7 more there.
Yuri?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If someone, like, suppose I felt that also, is that a supporting thing?
No, you see, because I have to come down to it myself. I mean, you can't choose for me. You see, there's actually, again, I'm saying there's no guesswork here.
But you mentioned something. You said if the audience helps you concentrate, if they help you think about
Oh yeah,
this.
it helps. I mean, it helps to a sort of to a limited extent, but I'm the one who will have to choose from here, not you.
Now, so in these demonstrations, Yuri, very
Yes.
often you say you do fail.
Oh, well, you
And
see.
do the audiences accept
let me tell you this.
Do they accept it?
Yes, you see, I don't force anybody to. First of all, I don't force anybody to come to my appearances and believe me. You see, there it is, and I'm trying to do and succeed. Usually, of course, I don't walk into an audience and they tell me, "Here, we laid down 20 cans, find it." I can't work that way. Neither at where I do the experiments. I have time. I sit down. You feel, do it. Now, in an audience, I feel much more free. I know that nothing will happen to me if it won't happen, but really to my...
Would you like to go on to the other experiment, the one where we made the... someone drew an object and it's double sealed in the envelope, or would you like to continue with this?
Well, let me try. This one is not over yet. I'm going to
No,
come
I'm
back
sure
to it.
not.
Can you take this spoon in your hand?
Put this spoon in my hand, this one.
Take it and hold it like that. Hold it no, open it and put your other hand on it, gently, like that. Or I won't touch this. No, turn it back. Other, we lift your hand, and lift your hand and put your finger here. Now, I'll put my hand over your finger. Tell me if you feel, and press it, like, feel the whole, tell me if you feel anything coming from my hand. You have here something written on your hand.
Yeah.
Is
It was
that
a name that I
to
didn't want to forget, yes. That I never used.
I hope I won't bend this
never-
man, whoever he is. What I'm trying to do is bend the spoon under his finger. Wherever.
I feel heat.
Good. Heat is usual. I mean, everybody has a sort of a body heat coming. Tell me if you feel anything. Tell me if you feel your hand somehow sinking into it gently. And I'm not touching him.
Yes.
Good. Okay, gently lift, I'll hold it here, gently lift up, you see if it's bent there. Yes.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes, it's bending more. Can you see?
It is very much bent, I can say.
Now, where?
It was very
Now,
straight.
no, it was straight. I hope the camera can focus on this. Oh, it's.
Yeah.
It does look like there's a slight
No,
bend in
it'll
it.
keep bending. It bends more. Usually, it bends more after it happens. And this is this is one of the thickest point of the spoon. Well, you can definitely see and feel it. And you felt it.
Yes, it
sinking
did.
sound?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now, of course, this is not a big bend, Johnny. Before the show, one of your video men brought me a key, and I did it for him, completely bent to, I'd say,
He showed it to me,
40
yeah.
degrees. But there, I'll put it here, and it'll keep going. Look,
Do we have
there
to-
I had no,
Can we cut away again and still come back here?
yeah, okay.
Okay, we'll be right back after another word from one of our sponsors. All right, we are back. Uri was telling me you don't feel what, strong
I
tonight?
don't
Is that?
feel strong. It's not all tonight. Right now, I'm feeling being pressed, and then I can't.
Well,
I
I'm not
can't
trying
do
to
my
press
thing.
you. I really not.
No, you're only
I'm-
telling me, well, will you try that or that or that?
Well, I thought that was the idea of. No, I'm not. No, I'm not trying to put you down. I didn't mean that patronizingly at all, because I have seen you on shows, and I thought the idea was to show, if you possibly could, some of the things that you claim you can do. And I certainly don't want to press you, and if you don't feel like you can't do it tonight or don't wish to try, I certainly don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to be skeptical. I would love to see these things. I really would.
Right.
Is there anything else that appeals to you? Now, if I'm pressing again, for example, now you asked us before the show and this afternoon for one of our staff members to draw on a couple of cards and seal them in an envelope, which we have done.
Yes. Well, let me tell you again. This didn't bend much, and right now here I'm stuck. I don't feel for it more, so I don't want to be stuck either on an envelope.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather tell you that many people are skeptical about these things. They see something happening, and then they want to see it closer and closer. There have been many people running and saying that they can duplicate what I do. Well, I can only say that if I'm on stage and people see me from far, they can always say that there is some sort of a sleight of hand or trickery here.
That's true.
But I've been working with science quite a lot, and by doing what you see here under controlled conditions, because this is not a controlled condition.
And what do you mean?
Well, this is not a controlled condition. What I mean is, for instance, in experiments, it's covered with bell jars, and there are cameras running, and many scientists looking at every point, although you're trying to do the same, but this is really not a controlled condition. But again, it's quite difficult for me, and I won't go on something that I don't feel strong for.
All right. Well, it doesn't leave us much, does it?
We do have 3 empty canisters.
Yep, we have 3 empty canisters there, and we have 7 over here,
And the bent spoon.
and a spoon that's got a slight bend in it. No, I'm not trying to be
It's all right.
patronizing at all. I wanted this to be of great success
Johnny,
tonight
I feel
for you.
very good. I feel very good.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come right back. Well, Uri, I don't want you to feel bad about this tonight. The monologue doesn't work every night either. And maybe
Thank
it's...
you. I don't feel bad about it. It
maybe
happens to me not once, but it happens quite a lot when I cannot perform and do things.
Would you like to try it again some evening if you want to?
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess,
you could. I'll be happy to extend an invitation to you.
You know, Johnny, just to finish that, this was quite an important appearance for me here tonight. And really, in other places, I felt real good. And I knew I could perform things. Because maybe this was and is an important appearance for me tonight, I might be blocking myself. And I want to tell you, people ask me, are you nervous before coming in and sitting here? I was very nervous tonight, really. Maybe I can say my first time that I was really nervous appearing. I heard about you when I was a little kid in Israel. So,
well, look,
for me, it was important.
We'll love to have you come back again sometime.
Okay, thank you.
Really.
And don't be disappointed.
I will.
I'm not.
Okay, fine. Ricardo, thank you. Yeah, Johnny, tomorrow night, Dom DeLuise, Edie Williams at 3 Degrees, and swindle expert Bob Rosevsky. Good night. Okay. I'm always glad to introduce a new comedian, especially on Friday nights, because Friday night audiences are usually up. This young man is from Boston. It's his first appearance on national television, and I think you're going to find him a little different. Would you welcome Stephen Wright?
Thanks. I had a dream that all the babies prevented by the pill showed up. They were mad. I was cesarean born. Can't really tell. Although, whenever I leave a house, I go out through the window. Called the wrong number today. I said, hello, is Joey there? And a woman answered. She said, yes, he is. I said, can I speak to him, please? She said, "No, he can't talk right now. He's only 2 months old." I said, "All right, I'll wait." I finally went to the eye doctor. I got contacts, but I only need them when I read, so I got flip-ups. Keep them on my desk right next to my typewriter. I have the oldest typewriter in the entire world. Types in pencil. Under my bed, I have a shoebox full of telephone rings. Whenever I get lonely, I open it up just a little bit and I get a call. One time I dropped the box all over the floor and the phone wouldn't stop ringing. So I had to have it disconnected. I got another phone, though. I didn't have much money, so I had to get an irregular phone. It had no 5 on it. Phone had no 5 on it. I was walking down the street. I bumped into a good friend of mine. He said, "How come you never call me anymore?" I said, "I can't call everyone I want. My phone has no 5 on it." He said, "That's really weird. How long have you had it?" I said, "I don't know. My calendar has no 7s. I got up the other day and everything in my apartment had been stolen and replaced with an exact replica. I couldn't believe it. I called my roommate and I said, "Come here, look at this stuff. It's on exact replica. What do you think?" He said, "Do I know you?" One time, right in the middle of a job interview, I took out a book and I started reading. The guy said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Let me ask you one question. If you were in a vehicle and you were traveling at the speed of light, and then you turned your lights on, would they do anything?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Forget it then. I don't want to work for you." I've never seen electricity. That's why I don't pay for it. I write right on the bill. Sorry, haven't seen it all month. A couple of nights ago, I came home very late, and I was having a little bit of trouble getting into my apartment, and I accidentally took out a car key, and I stuck it into the door and turned it, and the building started up. So I drove it around for a while. I went too fast, and the police pulled me over. They said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Right here." Then I parked it in the middle of a highway, and I ran out the front door and yelled at all the cars to get the hell out of my driveway. It's a good apartment building to live in, though, because they allow pets. I have a pony. I have a Shetland pony named Nicky, and last summer he was involved in a bizarre electrolysis accident. All the hair was removed except for the tail. Now I rent him out to Hare Krishna family picnics. Yeah, it's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint it. One time I went to the drive-in in a cab. Movie cost me $95. I went to court for a parking ticket. I pleaded insanity. About 4 years ago, no, it was yesterday. I couldn't sleep, so I got up. Then I got hungry, so I went down to the store that I know is open 24 hours. When I got down there was a guy outside locking it up. He said, "Sorry, we're closed." I said, "What do you mean you're closed? The sign says open 24 hours. He said, "Not in a row."
see you, Stephen.
How's it going?
Wonderful. Did they just let you out for this evening?
Yeah, I have an hour left.
That's that's wonderfully inventive stuff.
Thanks.
Really? Is this your first time on
First
national
time
television?
On national television, yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
What? I'm in shock.
Did it go the way you thought it would go?
Yeah, yep.
Not a lot of comedians don't come out of Boston.
No, there's a lot of good ones there, and they're with me right now in my head.
Where do you work in Boston?
I work at the Comedy Connection and Constant Comedy, which is in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And that's where Peter LaSalle saw me, who
That's right.
got me here, and he saw me. He didn't say anything, but 3 weeks later the phone rang, and he said, "How'd you like to do the Tonight Show?" And I said, "I think you have the wrong number."
Showing all the security that comedians have.
Sure. Yes. And I talked to him for about 15 minutes, and then I hung up, and I called everyone I knew and my family, and no one was home. I sat back down. I was watching the cartoons, and I just thought I was dreaming.
Yeah. Well, I hope this won't be the last time.
Okay.
You'll be here.
Thanks.
I'm talking, of course, to the anvil-headed Jay Leno. Now, since you're going to be here on kind of a regular basis, is that going to cut down on your traveling?
No, I'll still fly
You're
out.
still gonna go
I'll
out
still
and
be
do it?
out 4 or 5 nights a week doing
Yeah.
it. That's what you do. You try the jokes out on the road, and then you bring them back and you do them on Monday.
Are you on the, remember when I traveled this summer, they gave me a, which I'd never gotten before, the extra mileage or free bonus? What is that?
I'm on the Delta one, the Frequent Survivor program.
Yeah.
If you make it through. You know, what happened to that? I mean...
I don't know.
Now,
They had another incident last night with some plane landing at the wrong airport. It wasn't Delta. It was, whatever it was, they were going into the wrong airport. And somebody said, "No, Harry, no."
Well, they had that near...
What are they doing? Following the railroad tracks or something? You know? Is this it?
Well, you know, a lot of this is deregulation. Because you have people flying. It was $80. You have people flying now who used to hitchhike or cling to the bottom of trains to get where they were going. You get on the plane now and people with goats and chickens. Because, it used to be a sophisticated... Well, I remember the old days when you would fly, halfway through the flight, the pilot would come out and he would walk down the aisle of the plane. Now it's like running the gauntlet. He walks out, people...
Get in there.
They stay locked in the... But, Delta...
They've had some problems.
Well, they still have the best safety record, I think. I think of all the airlines. But you see, even in the slogans, it used to be Delta, the airline run by professionals. Then I think 2 years ago it went to Delta, we're ready when you are.
Right.
The new slogan, this is the one they've been using, Delta, we get you there. Oh, shut up, sit down. We'll get you there.
We're ready when you are. I like that.
That's what they used,
And that's the one they used to have.
The one that amazed me was this near collision with the Continental one. I mean, the only two planes in the sky, they came within 50 feet of each other. You put 10 horses in a corral, they run around, or they don't bang into each other.
Yeah. There's a lot of space up there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well,
The worst are the commuter ones.
I have flown those like you if you play small towns.
Oh, boy, this is
Without
one.
putting any of them down. You don't know that in Minnesota, I once had to fly out of Minnesota, and I called, and they said, you go on Gopher Airlines. Now, not that Minnesota happens to be the Gopher state, and I had forgotten. And I said, I don't want to get on any plane named Gopher. I mean, but that's Gopher Airlines.
That's the thing, those are the kind of airlines that when they do crash, you only hear about it on cable. You know what I mean? They came in with a bulldozer. There's a mass grave, a little headstone. Nobody really. They thought so little of themselves. You know, that kind of. No one really cares. You know, you want to go down on American United. There's something that's going to make the papers. You know, go for a little back thing behind the
Go
funny.
for airlines, yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, God. Are you a good flyer? Are you?
I don't mind it. You know, I figure if the pilot's going to go down with me, you know, as long as I know I'm taking him with me. You know, like if I'm dead, you're dead.
Not the way to look at it.
That's my attitude. See, you know, the commuter one, it's not that they're so bad. It's just that they make, you know, there's so many stops.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time it's not even regular stops. Just the kind of stops, so like the pilot can show the plane to his friends. You know, that every time we land, you guys, I kept, I got it back. You know.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's awful. I flew one, boy, what was the one come? I don't want to name, but boy, this was like stepping in the hole of some kind of flying slave ship, this thing. Bodies piled, all the pilots are lined up in a terminal, they're pumping quarter into the insurance machine.
Well, that's bad when you see the pilot.
You know my biggest fear? I always get stuck in that stupid middle seat. You know,
there's two on one side and three on the other.
I get stuck between the screaming baby with diarrhea and the octogenarian with halitosis. You know, we look like the 3 ages of man winging through time.
Or a mutual fund salesman from Texas.
And God forbid you get stuck on the plane with nothing to read. You're forced to read that in-flight magazine. Boy, this is edited by the same people that do highlights, which you find in your dentist's office.
That's right.
And they always make that announcement. Feel free to take this complimentary copy home with you. That's okay. I'm not going to be wrapping any fish today. I think more people steal a puke bag and take that magazine.
I'll put that next in the Encyclopedia Britannica when I get home. A lot of good stuff there. Okay, we'll do this. We'll be right back. And fly, trans debris.